This was against their agenda to continue oppressing and subjugating the masses, subjugating the Hindus, whom they were directly looting and profiting. That is why today the UN has officially recognized and seen and given a voice for all of the victims of violence, victims of gender-based violence, against studies of undertaken by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to analyze exactly how the victims of femicide and gender-based violence are being treated. The Supreme Pontiff, any targets and vulnerable populations of femicide, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also ensured to report the good practices and the challenges of every thousands and millions of Hindu women who are continuously being subjugated, oppressed, and undergoing gender-based violence around the world. If just that has been attacked against the women of Kailasa. And though this report only names just a few of the women of Kailasa who have been through so much of violence, by empowering the female orders of the sovereign order of Kailasa, whether it is the Rudras and Rudyakanyas, the Sannyasinis, the Brahmacharinis, the Krama Brahmacharinis, or the Bhairavis, the Yoginis, everyone, just simply for their Hindu lifestyle. And not only that, over the last 2 decades, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, his measures have been taken by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in order to support and to heal the victims of violence and ultimately to prevent femicide. And we can say that among so many different ancient sovereign Hindu nations, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived just because it is Hinduism that he is reviving. So many attacks have been launched against the women city of Tiruvannamalai, or in Chennai, in Trishulam, or whether it is in the ancient Hindu kingdoms of the Tanjavur, Tiruvarur, and all of these places, working to empower the women in each and every one of these by providing a media against so many women, directed attacks in order to sexualize and subjugate women and absolutely dehumanize women, the entire Hindu ecosystem, and ultimately to use them and weaponize women against the destruction of the entire civilization. The various evidence that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has literally worked so hard in order to voice out, to bring the international attention. They have undergone so much, and yet still not having a platform to voice out and to share and to heal from monasteries that were entirely attacked simply because they were ecosystems which were meant to empower Hindu women and which were meant to persecution has been launched against them. If we see the attack in Pavlikundru, for example, over a series of just a few months, the entire Adinam was absolutely destroyed, and the women sexually assaulted. They were there standing to protect the deities and protect the ecosystem. Yet they were absolutely physically assaulted to protect their entire ecosystem, who are just saving and standing with their lives to protect the Hindu ecosystem. 2017. And these brave Hindu women dehumanized, raped, and violated to the most extreme. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, over the last, their incidences of victimization and their experiences are brought out to the international audience. And today, we have seen where the women were brutally raped in front of the public, and there was so much done to destroy the entire Adinam, and a raid of 300 anti-Hindu militants had trespassed sannyasis. We saw the literal stoning of Hindu sannyasis, the destruction of property, and the most brutal violence that people have ever seen in this day and age, called any form of protection. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has literally ensured that the crimes done against us, the women of Kailasa, whether it is noticed and made invisible to the whole world, at least in this sense, at least in after so many places being denied justice because of the recognized the persecution done against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the women of Kailasa. And in so many different ways, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has actually provided concrete measures Pontiff of Hinduism and against specifically the women of Kailasa, the vulnerable population and the indigenous Hindu women, and also by as well providing and aiding each and every one of the victims with proven methods of healing from trauma and pain, and even by be successful in their traditional business and art. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has done everything in order to ensure, in order to brutally raped and needed to be rushed to the hospital immediately. And in this women only Adinam, so much of attack was done. And yes, and it is due to the ultimate and empower humanity with the super conscious breakthrough. And every single day, the Supreme Pontiff, get ready for in just a few minutes. Let us now get ready for the live darshan of the Supreme. Get ready for the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continue chanting the Mahavakya and let us get ready for the darshan of the incarnation of Paramashivoham.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Om Nithyananda Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.